Hi everybody and welcome back to the channel. Boy did Hasbro drop a bomb on us today named Chuckles. Let's talk about it. If Saturday morning cartoons fueled your imagination as a kid and powers your action figure collecting now as an adult, then you're in the right place. Thanks for stopping by and welcome to Saturday Morning Toy Collector. And if you like my content, please consider subscribing. This is a big one. We kind of knew that Chuckles was coming down the pipe. We had heard that there was going to be a Chuckles with an armory. Now we see that just means that it's going to be a build-up kit. This is the deluxe version, much like like a Scrap Iron or Master of Disguise Zartan. He's going to come in that size box and is going to be a San Diego Comic-Con exclusive. But let's not get bent out of shape about that just yet, because I think everybody's going to get a chance to get this figure, and we'll talk about that in just a minute. But what I did want to talk about was a couple of things before we get started talking about Chuckles, and I won't be too long-winded. But number one, just looking at the Hasbro Haslab today, we're a little over 15,000 backers, and we have about 7 days to go. So what that means to me is I really think that one of two things is going to happen. I think either the Joe team over at Hasbro is going to drop the reveal for that third tier character sometime this week before we hit 16,000 to go ahead and start that huge, massive ramp up right here at the end. I am not worried. I think we're going to breeze through 16,000, and depending who that 19,000 tier unlock is going to be, I think we'll probably blow through that 19th tier. I think a lot of people are holding off to wait and see who that is, although I'm not sure why you would be holding off, because getting the helicopter and Wild Bill for $275 is already a great deal. And so many people, I mean, over 15,000 people already agree with that. And you're getting Ripcord because that was the first unlock. So that's the first thing, is that I think that's one of two things that's going to happen. The other thing I think could possibly happen is that they extend it. I think they may hit that 7-day mark and then say, here we go, we're going to extend it another week, and here is, the final tier. I think either one of those two are possible. But that's just me. You let me know in the comments down below what you think. The other thing I wanted to talk about is some of you guys know that I am located in the Florida Panhandle, and I was at a comic book convention over the weekend, and because I draw comic books, I had a table there. I was drawing and doing commissions and selling my books and that sort of thing. And there was a guy that come up to me and recognized me from a comic book company, a publishing company called Flatline Comics. They're also known as Inverse Press. So if you want to look them up at flatlinecomics.com or inversepress.com, you'll find them. A nice gentleman named Kevin, and I believe it was his wife, came up to the table and was like, hey, we saw you walking around and we totally recognized you from your YouTube channel. So these were my two worlds like coming together, which was really kind of cool and crazy. And I've never been recognized in public because of my YouTube videos, but I really appreciate it. Kevin and your wife, thank you guys so much for coming by the table and saying hi. It really made my day. I wish I could have got back over there to chat with you guys, but I was pretty busy drawing all the way up until like the last 15 minutes of the con. So I appreciate you guys for stopping by. Now let's get into Chuckles, because I don't want to be too long-winded, and I don't want this video to take too long, because you guys get on to me about that. Because I do like to talk about my action figures. So what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and get going with the images. Now this story was given off to IGN. They did the big reveal today and dropped all the images, all the pictures, and all of the information. So here's what we know. Number one, Chuckles is the next G.I. Joe San Diego Comic-Con exclusive that will be available at San Diego Comic-Con coming up, I think, just next week. Now, they will not be able to pick this up in person. It will not be at the table. You will be, when you purchase it, and it's limited to only one per guest. So that's it, just one per guest. So that's really, really cool. That means scalpers are not going to, you're not going to, have scalpers getting a bunch of these and selling them. I'm not saying you're not going to see them go up on eBay next week for hundreds of dollars. You will definitely see that. But please, guys, don't pay that. We're going to get our hands on this figure. IGN, according to the story, says that it'll be on sale at San Diego Comic-Con for $41.99. You limit one per customer, and you'll be given a little slip with a QR code that you can scan it and go to a hidden part of an exclusive page on HasbroPulse.com to be able to pre-order the figure, and it'll ship at a later date. So that's what we know. But just like last year, I should say, last year's San Diego Comic-Con exclusive was the Dr. Mindbender set, and it was later made available on Hasbro Pulse. As a matter of fact, it went up at least 5 or 6 times on Hasbro Pulse over the last year for people to get. So I have no fear that we're going to be able to get this figure. So I wouldn't get so bent out of shape at the moment. If it never goes up on Hasbro Pulse, feel free to get bent out of shape. So let's take a look at the front of the package. It looks super, super nice. You can see right here, big picture of Chuckles. Looks like he's already had, some damage here. It looks like he's already been thrown out of a bar somewhere. It's clear that he's coming in on a TV that he has called into, probably it looks like Tomax and Zaymot and the Baroness. Something to note about that picture of Tomax, Zaymot, and the Baroness is that they're all in crimson colors, and we have heard rumors that there is going to be a San Diego Comic-Con exclusive crimson 3-pack, and it is probably going to be Tomax, Zaymot, and the Baroness. So I think it's a nice little tease that they've put there in the corner. I think they're letting us know today that that's coming probably tomorrow. Somebody else will have that exclusive, and we'll see it. We'll also see his name, Philip Chuckles Provost. They've tuned into the channel 20.700 megahertz. I don't know if 20.700 is a big deal in G.I. Joe. Somebody out there who knows more about G.I. Joe than I do, let me know if that's a little secret code for anything. And it looks like Chuckles has stolen some secret plans from Cobra for some bats, some exclusive bat version, which is really, really cool. Flipping around here on the back, it does look like the back of the TV has been altered some way with this little device probably that Chuckles has placed on there, and he is tapping in and stealing audio or video. Maybe he's using this to tap into the video feed, and that's how he's breaking through to talk to Tomax, Zaymot, and Baroness. I think that's a really neat little piece of artwork they added there. So even the package is telling a story. The front of the package opens up, and you get this little cartoon of it's sort of telling this story that has happened to Chuckles. It looks like he was breaking into the Coconut Palms Hotel, and he goes in, and behind a painting is a briefcase that he has stolen. It looks like the bats are onto him. They're shooting at him. He's ducking, taking cover. He's running, using the briefcase as a shield to deflect the bullets, jumping over the stairway, sliding down, kicking a bat in the head, knocking his head off. It looks like he's landing with the briefcase, tackling a couple of bats, busting through a window, jumping out the window, landing in a car, driving, and saying, "Peace, see you later." And that's the little story, and I think that's a neat little touch for the inside of that package. Now, taking a look at the glamour shot, I think there's a couple of things hidden here that we should take note of. Number one, we have a life flight helicopter, red and white, like a Coast Guard chopper in the back. And to me, this may signal that we're getting Lifeline. I like that it's red and white. We have a ladder coming down into the water, and I think that's great. I'm not sure if that helicopter's there to pick up Chuckles, or if Lifeline is on his way to render some aid. But I think that's really cool. That's the very first thing I thought of when I saw the red and white life flight chopper is like copter. I was like, oh, is this Lifeline heading in? Are we getting a sneak peek of Lifeline, a little information drop that he may be coming soon? I would love it, because as you guys know, he was on my top 10 G.I. Joe most wanted, unannounced most wanted list. Also, we have a briefcase here on the ground. Now, this is the second time we've seen a briefcase. Recently, we saw it on the front cover of Lowlight's package, but this is not the same briefcase. The sides do not look the same. The way it closes doesn't look the same. And of course, that one had some black chips that could belong to dial tone or mainframe. This time we get that same image from the front of the Baroness and Tomax and Zaymot, and we get some gold bricks. So I don't know. Is this teasing another character that I don't know about? Who could this briefcase belong to with the gold bricks? Could we be getting an Iron Grenadier Destro in the future? He's the only one I can think of that comes with a briefcase that may have gold in it. I don't know. You guys let me know in the comments down below what you think this computerized briefcase with the gold in it means to you. We see this really nice picture of Chuckles holding his briefcase with a completely different briefcase, a little suitcase, and then his holding some documents, secret documents for the Cobra Bat. Also, they provided this photo as well, which allows us to see a little bit on the side of the package. And on the side of the package, we see it's number 75 in the list. And we see some dials for like turning or tuning the TV into different channels. And there's a little QR code, which I'm assuming would take you to the G.I. Joe page for Chuckles. I tried scanning it, but it's skewed in a way to where the camera doesn't recognize it, so you can't quite scan that. It also may be a dummy code just for the product shot and not be a workable code. Here we have a nice, big, beautiful shot of Chuckles. He's looking great. He comes with an additional head that's all busted up. He's got a black eye and missing a tooth. He comes with his classic glasses. He does come with old school headphones, a gold watch, a pistol, 2 extra hands with golden knuckles or brass knuckles on, which looks really great. A suitcase that I'm assuming opens up. It's kind of weird that they didn't show us what's inside the briefcase. Maybe that's a little surprise. On the other side, we see he comes with a pink lei. He also comes with the little stack of papers with a Cobra Bat on the front cover, which looks really nice. And then 2 styles of handcuffs, one where they are disconnected, one where they are connected, a knife that goes in the sheath on his leg, a pair of binoculars, and a tape recorder that looks suspiciously like Soundwave. So that's really, really cool. I mean, it is Hasbro after all. Here again is that picture that is the glamour shot from the inside of the package. Where he's on the beach. So that looks really nice with all of his stuff on him. Looks really cool. And then flipping around here on the back, I'm really glad that they showed us. I'm not sure why he has the hole in his back. Maybe that's so you can play if you want to put different backpacks on him, but he certainly doesn't come with a backpack. But you can see on his belt, there's a little hole on the left side. I'm assuming that's to plug in the tape player, the little cassette player. And then that little, the little grip on the right side looks like that may hold the handcuffs. So I think that's what's going on there. But I think this is a great release. He looks great. I love everything he comes with. He looks fantastic. But I know that there's some shock and awe today. There's a lot of people because the story on the IGN does say you have to be there in attendance to get one. And I think that that is just for right now. I do think that Chuckles will be on Hasbro Pulse in this same box with all the same equipment coming soon. And if not, if they strip out some of the equipment and just give us Chuckles in a smaller package and a different release, then I think there's a way for all of us to get him, whether we get all this extra stuff or not. But that's just my thoughts. You guys let me know in the comments down below if you think we're going to be getting Chuckles on Hasbro Pulse in the future, because I certainly do. Thank you guys so much for tuning in and watching. I really appreciate it. Please continue to hit us up over at Instagram.com and Threads at Saturday Morning Toy Collector. Yes, I am on Threads. If you haven't heard about it yet, it is the Instagram version of Twitter, and I am there, and I'm going to be exclusively using Threads to give you guys sneak peeks of upcoming reviews that I'll be, sometimes 2, 3, 4, 5 days in advance. I'll post pictures of figures that I haven't yet reviewed to let you guys know what's coming down the pipeline. So if you want to know in advance what I'm going to be reviewing, check me out over at Threads. So thank you guys again for watching. I really appreciate it. You guys mean the world to me. This is the Saturday Morning Toy Collector. I'm your host, Mark, and remember, I will see you in the toy aisles.